I, George Washington,
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States.
Where do presidents live? Presidents, being very important public figures, always remain in the limelight. People of a country are always keen about knowing the lifestyle, habits, and even the smallest details about them. This makes them feel more closely connected to their leaders. Now, we know that while serving as the presidents, they are provided a huge mansion to live in. It's adorned with every facility and is also the most secured places for them to live. But have we ever wondered about the life of the presidents after their term ends? It's interesting to know about their life and the place they live in once their term ends. We're going to explore the properties owned by well-known presidents and learn more about their lives. Barack Obama. He was the 44th President of the United States of America and served a single term. When his term was inevitably end in the year 2016, the family together decided to buy a property on lease in the Calamara neighborhood of Washington, D.C. Some reports suggest that they were spending about $22,000 over this house. This beautiful house was owned by former press secretary to Bill Clinton, Joe Lockhart. This was built in 1928, but Lockhart purchased in the year of 2014 at a humongous price of $5,295,000. Obama also disclosed that they chose to stay in Washington because his daughter was yet to finish her high school studies. Guess what? They purchased it at $8.1 million in 2017. Donald Trump. The 44th President of the USA bought the Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida in the year 1985. He paid around $7 to $10 million over that mansion. It was also believed that over the next years, he spent a lot of money in reviving that, but due to severe financial issues surrounding him, he had converted a part of the estate into a private club. Some reports suggest that the president initiation rate of the property is $200,000 with an annual fee of $14,000. Presently, Mar-a-Lago is the main residence of Donald Trump. It is estimated to be measuring 62,500 square feet with around 128 rooms and has a beautiful 20 acres of beachfront land. This property was first built in the year 1927. The club in the estate has lavish facilities such as spa, golf courses, tennis courts, and fitness centers. George Washington. This beautiful former plantation, Mount Vernon, is located in Virginia, is the home to George Washington. This was originally built by his father Augustine Washington in the year 1734. Then this property was put on lease for many years, then finally George Washington became the owner of the property. After this, the property was completely built and now it contains 21 rooms within 11,000 square feet. That makes a small portion of the 500-acre huge property. An interesting fact about this mansion is that while Washington lived there, it was known as the Little Hunting Creek Plantation. There's also a history to this mansion, which states that it was becoming difficult to maintain the estate, so a not-for-profit organization known as Vernon Ladies Association bought around 200 acres of it and took the onus of preserving it. George W. Bush. In the year 2001, just before he became the President of the USA, his ranch was completed and it is named as Prairie Chapel Ranch, and it contains around 15,083 acres of land. Some reports suggest that Bush paid around $1.3 million in the year 1999. The house is built in 4,000 square feet of land, and it is a one-story building. The accommodation has 3 bedrooms, and near to the house are 2 suite guest houses. There is also a swimming pool that is hidden within trees, which makes it so beautiful. In addition to this, there is a 40-mile of bike track for cycling and riding. They also host a bike riding competition for veterans in the same field. For his own leisure, he had also built a huge lake having bait fishes so that he could enjoy fishing and spend his time close to nature. Bill Clinton. In the year 1999, with his second term approaching to the end, Bill was looking for a new accommodation to finally settle himself. Finally, he and Hillary settled in a mansion in hamlet of Chappaqua in Westchester County, New York. This was built in a peculiar Dutch colonial style and was bought for $1.7 million. It's located within 1.2 acres of land, and the house takes up roughly about 5,500 square feet of area. It was built in the year 1899 and has 5 bedrooms with 4 bathrooms and a huge outdoor swimming pool, especially built for leisure. The mansion also consists of a koi pond, a barn which is a home to their Secret Service personnel. If you wonder about the security of the mansion, then it is surrounded by a high wall, and even the main gate has a small security personnel which checks the visitors. One interesting fact is that this house contains paintings made by the on-screen James Bond. Ronald Reagan. Interestingly, the 40th president of the USA was a Hollywood actor turned politician. Reagan and his wife Nancy moved to a mansion in Bel Air in Los Angeles in the year 1989 after the end of his term. This 7,200 square foot property was built way back in 1954, and it was sold in the year 1986 in about $2.5 million. Spread in around 1.29 acres of land, this ranch-style mansion has 17 rooms with 3 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. Outside the mansion, there's a swimming pool which adds to the beauty. In 2016, many of their furnishings were put for an auction, and all the money went to Ronald Reagan Foundation Institute. They were able to raise $7,253,750. Also in the same year, the mansion was sold to billionaire Jerry Parenchio. Abraham Lincoln. Within the region Springfield, Illinois, is a private property owned by the 16th President of the USA. He lived in this mansion from 1844 to 1861. The story goes this way. When he purchased the small cottage, he was just working as the state legislator. This building was originally built in 1839. He spent about $15,000 over his property. During those times, the cottage only consisted of 5 to 6 rooms, but over the years he would extend the property and build 6 more rooms. When in 1861 he won the presidency, he held a gathering at the same residence, and around 700 people attended the same. After his sudden death due to assassination, the home belonged to his son Robert Lincoln. Now we very well know where exactly our presidents live after their term ends. It's always very intriguing for the people of the country to delve more into the lives of the public figures and leaders of the country. Also, looking at their lives, it seems they go through the same set of struggles just like an ordinary man does while finding a suitable accommodation.